So we're heading to the moon in a Mutsuba spaceship powered by Roman's curry. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens might sound weird, but it does reuse details from its past events within the series effectively. So let's talk about the episode and those little details that returned as well. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're here to talk about episode 90 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens anime series. Going to space and dueling Otes is what's on the agenda for today's episode. So let's start off by talking about Asana, being the one who revealed the Mutsuba family spaceship, being sassy towards Yuka during their little interaction, and acting like a guide/leader to the group while flying. Really, Asana's character, I thought they did it justice in this episode, and I found myself really liking the character, as everything that she did felt important and entertaining. So over the last 3 episodes, we've seen the 3 main families of Goha City coming together in an effort to save dueling. Luke's family helped out by stopping the drones in episode 89. The Mutsuba family assisted with the setup of the spaceship and getting the launch pad ready, while the Goha family/siblings helped out by giving Yuga the crowns that they wear, which then led to the return of the binds on the Rush robot, which in turn allowed each of our crew members who wore the crowns to use a different part of the Rush robot in order for them to have a mech battle against Robot Otes and his crew. Seeing the Goha siblings and the Mutsuba family come together working towards a common goal, I thought was awesome, as it showcases both groups' character developments individually. Asana allowing them to help her shows that she's learned from her past mistakes and is willing to move forward in a positive light. Whereas the Goha siblings show that they have recognized that they can't do everything on their own. They're setting their pride to one side and asking for assistance in this situation. They also understand that they have done people wrong in the past and are willing to atone and make up for their mistakes in that regard. While having Galleon and the others sort of act in a negative way towards the idea of the Goha siblings working with the Mutsuba family, this too also helps to highlight Asana's growth, as well as display how important saving Rush duels is to Asana. As we know, Asana as well is quite a prideful character, so are all of the Machine Cavalry Club members. But in choosing to set that pride to one side in order to accept the siblings' assistance, shows a massive character trait in Asana. So we have the Rush robot binds returning, and they play a big role in allowing the crew to control Rush robot, which allows them to face Otes in space. Great. We also have the return of Curry, which plays a vital role in our crew getting to space. Roman's curry is explosive and just what they need in order to launch their rocket. This is great because it makes the comedic jokes/episodes regarding the curry more meaningful and important in the grand scheme of things in terms of the storyline. Fun fact too, it was Mimi who suggested the use of curry when discussing the fuel issues. Good job, Mimi, you did useful. So let's talk about the duel now, because we have Otes versus Yuga. Otes obviously being the role of the wise old guide who wants chaos from the Sevens book, and Yuga the young magician. And right off the bat, we have Otes using Sevens Road, so he's using that archetype. This makes sense as he was the one who created the archetype after being inspired by the Sevens book. But I have to say, the Blue Flame Sevens Road looks 1,000 times better than the original. The archetype support cards that we get from Otes as well are all amazing, and I love the fact that because Otes is being portrayed as the villain in this duel, all of the support cards that he uses have these really cool art designs that make the Sevens archetype look menacing and look evil. This was just a great little detail that I thought was done superbly. But wait, Otes may be using the Sevens Road archetype, but Yuga is using all of his friends' ace monsters. As in this episode, we see Dragio, we see Yami Ruler, and Build Dragon, with Prima Katana and Heavy Metal appearing in the next episode preview. So only Dragier's and Sevens Road Magician weren't shown in this episode or the preview itself. So will they be the monsters that get the final blow on Otes? Or could we see a Dragier's and a Sevens Road Magician fusion? I'm excited to see if that happens. Either way, it's going to be awesome. Personally, I do think we are forgetting about one ace monster. Now, of course, probably not going to happen because it'll break the theme of 7, but at the same time, if we see Gun Leon in this duel, it would be a good homage to Swirly, as Swirly is Yuga's friend, but not, of course, a part of the 7 group that's going to space. So I do think there's a small chance that the ace monster of Swirly might actually come into this duel. Yeah, one more time. But wait, Otes might be using the Sevens Road archetype, but Yuga is using his friend's ace monsters. As we see Dragio, Yami Ruler, and Build Dragon all within this episode, with Prima Katana and Heavy Metal appearing in the next episode preview. So only Dragier's and Sevens Road Magician weren't revealed. However, I think they'll probably either get the final blow on Otes, or we'll see a fusion of Dragier's and Sevens Road, creating a fusion monster that is just epic. Either way, I believe it's going to be executed superbly. Personally, I do think we might actually be getting one other ace monster in the form of Gun Leon, which of course is Swirly's ace monster / Goha Yuga's. Swirly is of course Yuga's friend, but not part of the Sevens group that goes into space. So I do think there is a small chance that Gun Leon could appear, but of course they'll have to rectify that and say that Goha Yuga sent the ace to space, or he gave it to Yuga during the night where they were kind of getting ready to go. But obviously we'll have to wait and see. Now, if it does appear, it would break the rule of 7 and the theme that we have of that going into it. So that's why I say there's a small chance, even though it's not likely. Now, one more reason why I think it's still slightly possible we could see Gun Leon in the next episode is because we get a moment between the Goha siblings and Goha Yuga, in where they save him, but also say he should kind of think back on what he's done and then reflect and feel like what he's going to do moving forward. I'm really disappointed that Nanaho and her group escaped, but didn't do anything after escaping. I wanted to see more from Nanaho, as she showed a lot of potential as a character. Returning to the point about Yuga using the other characters' ace monsters. This makes me think that what Yuga is currently doing in using those monsters is both related to Sevens Road Magician and the young magician in the Sevens book with his companions. Because if you think back about the book, the Sevens companions, they fought against chaos, which obviously Otes is representing in this duel. And at the same time, they all got defeated, as we saw a picture of them all lying on the moon's surface, looking kind of dead, defeated, whatever. Just like how we see in this duel that each of the ace monsters that Yuga is using of his friends are being destroyed one by one. Kind of similar to, again, the 7 companions. Returning to the point about Yuga using other characters' ace monsters. This makes me think that Yuga is currently using these ace monsters, and it's related to both Sevens Road Magician's skill and also the young magician from the Sevens book. Because if you think about it, the young magician took his friends to fight chaos, who Otes is representing chaos in this current duel. Yuga is obviously the young magician. Now then, in that same book, we have the ending where the companions are on the floor all kind of dead and out of it. So this reflects what we see from this episode, in where Otes, the chaos, is trying to destroy the ace monsters that Yuga is bringing out. just like how the companions got destroyed in the book. So I do believe that each ace monster that Yuga brings out is going to fall to Otes until only Seven's Road and possibly Dragia's remains. On another note, this duel does really remind me of the Yusei vs Zone duel from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Because within that duel, Yusei uses all the other Signer dragons to aid him in his victory. Just like again how Yuga is using his friend's ace monsters to assist him. I'm hoping that next episode we get at least a little bit of backstory and reasoning for why Otes is doing what he is doing. Because I'm intrigued to know how Otes is connected to the Sevens Road book, like how he found it, and why he's so inspired to play out the events that occur within it. Hopefully that all made sense. So moving away from the duel itself, did anyone else find it odd how easily the crew's parents accepted their kids going to space? Like, if I told my parents that I needed to go to space to save dueling, and then we were going to space on a spaceship powered by curry that my friend was making, they would be like, okay James, you go and have fun with your crazy imagination. Yet Roman and Roa's parents were so cool with it that they accepted it easily. And on a side note, they have parents. Confirmed. Yuga's mother is also fantastic, as if not for her, the plan would be ruined. As Yuga's mother gave Yuga Kaizo, who Yuga actually forgot upon leaving his house. Now of course, had he gotten to the spaceship and then realised he left Kaizo at home, this would have cost valuable time, causing them to actually be late. And trust me, time at the moment is not their friend. I really liked the comedy within this episode. Luke being a real friend and trying to help Yuga with his motion sickness by opening a window and thus potentially killing everyone inside genuinely made me laugh. On the topic of Yuga getting motion sickness, I did think that was a little bit odd. I'm sure they mentioned it before and I'm just forgetting, but at the same time, if that's the case, how did Yuga riding Rush Duel with Yoro? And how does he manage to fly in the Goha spaceship without feeling queasy? Another great bit of comedy was Gakuto completing his work before going, and wearing the Gakuting outfit. Plus, he had the Professor outfit on as well. This shows that Gakuto was nervous, and him wearing the Gakuting outfit might be a way for him to ask for help from his ancestors, as he struggles to know what to do with all of these nerves and the anticipation of going to space, because Gakuto's never been before. Whereas the Professor Gakuto outfit might be Gakuto's way of feeling brave and heroic, because obviously it's his superhero costume, and when you're a superhero, you're brave, you're proud, you're honourable, and you're heroic. Either way, this episode was so much fun to watch, and probably is one of my top 10 favourite episodes of the series so far. All of the animation throughout the episode was fantastic. There was a lot of amazing shots with the characters, the lighting effects, and every other effects that were used that were just breathtaking. Also, the animation helped highlight the expressions on many different characters within this episode, helping to improve the segments overall. Yeah, so overall, this episode left me feeling really happy and excited for what's to come next. It felt really well polished, it felt important. I'm super excited to see what happens with this duel going forward, and what's going to happen after the duel. Will Otes do something to the Earth, the Moon, or the servers in a fit of rage after he loses? If Otes blasts off after the duel, Team Rocket style, then I'm going to rock the theory that Otes will return in Go Rush as a supercomputer villain. Calling it now. Well, there you have it. That's all I've got to say for this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And of course, anything that I've missed from the episode. I'd love to have a chat with you about it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, share the video with your friends. And of course, I'll be seeing you next time. Have a great day. Alligator, Martinet. Goodbye.